Welcome back to the Aussie Shed, ladies and gentlemen. As part of the work carried out to do the oil gallery gaskets on my VQ37, I've removed all the Serpentine belt idler pulleys, and rather than just put them back on now that everything's been rebuilt, I thought I might replace them just so everything's all nice and new and spanky again. They're all sitting out here on the bench, so let's go and have a bit of a look. So here are the 4 pulleys, folks. We've got 2 groove jobs here. We've got this guy here, which is smooth. Obviously the back of the belt runs against that, and we have the tensioner pulley. So I thought I'll jump online to my Nissan supplier, who I've been getting all of my parts from, and get prices on just getting all new pulleys. And wasn't I in for a rude shock, folks? These 2 here, I'm talking Australian dollars, folks, so whatever your own currency is, you'll just have to sort of convert it to that. But these 2 here, $110 each. This one here, $109. And the big tensioner jobby here, which from Nissan to buy genuine, you can't just buy the pulley, you have to buy the whole tensioner assembly, $217. Including shipping, that gives me a grand total $559.21 Australian pesos. So yeah, frightfully expensive. Unfortunately, we don't have all of the aftermarket supply for a lot of these components that you have in the US. I know you can buy most of these things aftermarket in the US, but unfortunately that's not the case here in Australia. I think possibly one of them I think we can get aftermarket. But I thought, well, okay, I've done this kind of thing before with pulleys and whatnot. Surely they just have a bearing that you can just pop out and press a new bearing in, which of course they do. So what I did, I just used a socket and a hammer and I drove all the bearings out of them. And these are my replacement bearings, folks. These are all quality Japanese bearings, 3 Nachis and a Koyo. They're the same part numbers of the bearings that I pulled out of them. 3 of them take the same bearing, and the Koyo here goes in this guy here. All the rest of them are a 6301. I've used 6301 2RS, which the 2RS is just 2 rubber seals, just because the original ones have rubber seals on them. And the tensioner pulley, it's a 6203 2RS. There you go. So bearings cost me a grand total of $40. So you can obviously see which one I went for, 500 and whatever it was, or $40. So what I'm going to do now, folks, like I say, all the bearings are already out of these. I've just got them all sort of sitting here held together, just in order, so I didn't lose sort of order of the stacks and all that kind of thing. But you can see all the bearings are being popped out. They're just all sitting there loose. Very, very nice. The original bearings are NSKs, Nachis and Koyos, you know, just as good. So what I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm going to press all new bearings into these idler pulleys. I've cleaned all the pulleys up a bit, just got all the oil and crap off them, so they're all ready to go. So let's press some new bearings in. So here we are, folks, all set up on the Aussie Shed pressing station. I've got a socket here which I'm going to use to support the pulley with underneath. It'll sit up against this ring in here, just because if we try to press the bearing down, it's going to put a lot of that force on the outside edge here. There's nowhere for it to go, whereas if we support the underside of the area that we're going to be pressing into with a socket, then that'll be good to go. The bearing goes into this side, so what we've got here is the biggest socket that I can fit in there that has a little bit of clearance. So that's what I'm going to use to press the bearing in. Sockets are invaluable to use for pressing stuff. So what we need to do is just set this guy up here. Actually, I'll get rid of one of these. Just go off the one. We'll set the socket up there. We'll get our bearing out. There she is, folks. Nice new bearing. Just drop it in here. Get it sort of as even as we can. Rightio. Sit our socket in over the top. We're ready to go, folks. We should be able to just press that sucker straight down. Okay, here we go. Right. Make sure everything didn't kind of move a bit as it sort of does sometimes. This is a sort of, I've got a pretty janky press, folks. It's only a cheap thing. They kind of want to find their own position right at the start, and that just moved slightly on me. So what I'll do, I'll just shift it slightly, folks. There we go. I've got to do a bit of an upgrade onto this press, folks. It's very annoying at times with this sort of movement business when you first sort of start something, but as long as you're aware of it and you sort of keep an eye on it, just something that you sort of have to watch out for with presses in general, folks. They can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Anyway, let's get this guy on. So there we go. It's all going nicely now. That's it, folks. We're home. Oh, that's a lovely noise, isn't it? And there you have it. Seated fully, as you can see down there. That's one done. Ready for the next one. There we go, we'll load our second one. Second one done, folks. And all the way, as you can see, seated very nicely. So that's two. And ready for number three. Now it's a slightly different pulley. It uses the same bearing, so the procedure should be exactly the same. With the same pressing dies / sockets. Just sit him on there. Yep, that's all good. Number three, folks. Yeah, the next one's a little bit different. So this is the other one, folks. Like you saw, it takes a different size bearing. This is the bearing for this one, the Koyo. Slightly larger bearing. Our bottom socket that we've been using here is still big enough to sort of cover it underneath. So we'll keep that. And all we've had to do is just go to a larger socket to press it in with to match the size of the bearing, or slightly under it. So we should be good to go with this as well. Just get that guy sitting on there good. It's the biggest drama, folks, because there's not a super amount of coverage with this bottom socket here. Just making sure that we're sitting on it properly, which we do appear to be. Put that back there, and hopefully should be smooth sailing. Go, lovely. And that's it, folks. There she is, down all the way, and that's all of our bearings pressed in. And now, folks, it's just a simple process of assembly. There's one of our pulleys there. They only kind of go the one way. This is your sort of top piece that goes through this section here. Goes on like that. This sort of dust collar cover thing goes on the underside. Goes on there like that. They won't actually fit on the other side because of the head of the bolt won't go through it. So you can't sort of, you know, bugger up which ones go where. They have these little sort of a, I don't know what you call them really, sort of a star washer, locking washery thingamabobby, just to keep them all in one piece until you assemble it, which is probably, that's I would assume probably its only real purpose. So that just sits like that. That's one of those. The second one here is just the same. Like 2 seconds to put them together. There's your pulley with the bearing. That piece there. Put your dust cover underneath like so. Put your little washery doobie on. That one's good. Same deal with this guy. It's got a bit of a spacer on the back. The smooth pulley. So yeah, your smooth pulley, bolt, washer. Make sure the washers go that way, folks. You can see which way these have been because it's real nice and clean on that side and a bit shit looking on that side from the environment that it's been in. And your sort of dust cover washer goes on the back. This one has 2 spacers on it, which go on there, and then your little washery thing goes on that. And that is 3 of them done. Oh, now this last one. So this guy, folks, the side that you press the bearing in from, which is this side, goes to the top. Now, that will make sure that the pulley is captured properly when it's held in this position. And what it also does is it allows the washer to bottom out onto the bearing before the cover hits the outside of the pulley. If you do it the other way, you'll find that the cover is actually hitting the outside of the pulley, and you're not sitting against the bearing there. But so that's basically how it goes. I'll put some Loctite on this anyway, folks, before I put this one back together, and I'll throw a bit of Loctite on all those bolts and assemble them onto the motor. So this guy's actually a little bit awkward to hold, folks, to do this up. So what I've done here, I've just got a spacer, a small socket extension bar, and I'm using the socket bar cutout in the back of this, which is used to tension the belt. I've just got that in my woodworking vise on the bench there, and just got that sitting like that. It's holding it perfectly, as long as it doesn't spin on me, which I don't think it will. I should be pretty good to go. So we'll sit all that back on. So I'll put that through there first, and I'll just throw a bit of Loctite on this, just to be certain. There is no torque spec on this piece here because I don't think Nissan want you to pull it apart. So we'll just do it up tight. It's not that big a bolt, so it doesn't really have to be super tight, folks, but you know, as long as it's tight, it's not going anywhere. Bit of Loctite on it will make sure it doesn't anyway. But we'll be good. That should be absolutely fine. And there it is, folks. Isn't that fantastic? Rightio, let's get them all on the engine. Right, this guy goes on there. You can see there's a dowel pin there, folks, and there's a dowel in this here. That's going to give us our alignment position for that guy. So from memory, folks, I think our 2 grooved pulleys go up here, possibly. I'll check this on the factory service manual when I'm finished, folks, just to make sure I haven't buggered it up, which is totally possible. Pretty sure that one goes there. And the smooth one goes there. But we seem to have two. We have 2 holes. But this hole here looks nice and clean, so I reckon that's the fella. And that one I think is the wrong size. So that's obviously not going to be it anyway. So yeah, no, that's the one. Right there. Beautiful. Nice new bearings. All that's left to do now is torque them down. So these 3 here, folks, they're all 28 Newton meters. So I'll just bloody torque them down. 28 Newton meters. And this guy here, 56 Newton meters. Beautiful. Rightio, we'll just spring load the tensioner back to where it should be and lock it in position. Oh, can't get it there. I'll just have to change me position here. No, not going to work either. We'll just get a longer bar. This will sort it out. Slip a punch in there. Now the big question is, what the hell did I do with the belt? It's alright, folks, don't panic. Don't panic. I found it. Now I'm a little bit curious how this is going to go, folks, because I know that the ATI super damper is slightly smaller than the factory pulley, only very slightly. I'm just wondering if the factory belt will work. I'm just reusing my old belt here, folks. It's only got about 10,000 Ks on it, possibly even less. So it's a new old belt. So now I just got to work out what way it bloody goes on. I think we go. Get all that shit out of the way. We go over the top, round there, like that. Ah, that's right, we go round the alternator, up over that friggin' pulley pulley there. Because it's smooth, it has to be on that side of it. And then down over the belt, is that right? Sorry folks, I'm cheating here. I've actually got a picture on my phone that I'm trying to follow. That's my little cheat sheet there, just a little snapshot I took out of the factory service manual. I'll just put that up there just so I can see what the hell I'm doing. I just can't do it, folks. I just can't get away with being smart. Rightio, so, up there, and then back over there. Alright, alright, so that is that. Is everything in position? That one doesn't look right. There it is. Are we going to get tension, folks? That is the question. Are we going to get tension? Right. Let's release this guy and find out. Ooh. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look good. There's a little mark on here from memory. I think that's the if it goes past this mark, then the belt's going to be too loose position, and we are past the mark. So by the look of it, I may have to go to a different belt, folks. I'll look further into this. But as you can see, very easy job. So, save yourself some money, folks. Don't replace the pulleys, just replace the bearings. Even if you're, for example, in the US and you can buy aftermarket ones, they're probably still going to cost you like 30 bucks each or something. 40 bucks Australian, which is probably about 25 bucks US. I'll leave the bearing part numbers in the description. I did mention them through the video, and you saw how easy they were to press in. If you don't have a press, you can just drive them in with a hammer and a socket. They will go in quite easy. It's just pressed metal stuff. Mate, that kind of thing just goes together real easy, just with a drift, you know, and use your socket set for that and you're all sweet to go. So yeah, folks, save yourself some money, do it the Aussie shed way, just replace the bearings, not the bloody pulleys, and you'll be good to go. So just a quick video there, folks. As always, thanks for stopping by the Aussie shed. Bloody pleasure having you here. If you like my video, remember to give me a like and subscribe. And I'll see yous on the next one. Cheers.